What's going on, everyone? So, I have $1 million question for you. Is job hopping or job hoppers worth it? Now, the definition of job hopper is a candidate with a history of frequency changing position under 2 years as a rule of thumb. This can be due to nature of job, temporary, seasonal, or the candidate just looking for a career change. So, what is a job hopping? So, job hopping is a habit or lifestyle where you frequently change jobs or switch employees within a short period of time. Employees may hop jobs for various reasons, such as pursuing higher salaries, career growth opportunities, new challenges, or better work-life balance. So, let's talk about this. With the uptake of job hopper increase since 2022, with a 35% of Gen Zers switching jobs. Why is that? Well, more and more people are leaving jobs due to pay or work life balance. Now, as a business owner, I see this all the time. People will come work for you for maybe 6 months to a year, and they'll switch position right whenever they're starting to get used to the job. And it's due to telling me, hey, I just want more money, and they just keep jumping job for more money. So there's a bunch of pros and cons to all this, but what is my idea of this? Do I think it's a good thing? And is it really worth it? So there is a recent boom in this. There's a bunch of news articles, and the main reason why is tightening up jobs. And I have experienced so many people leaving jobs within a year or two, move to another one, and most of the time they have a certain personality that I've been noticing, and they lack responsibility. Is the most common thing I found as an employer and as an employee. They start getting responsibility, they get mad because, they just don't like being told what to do, or they just can't get along with their coworkers. So those are the main reasons why I personally seen as a business owner and as an employee. Now the money part is a key factor, but most of the time, if they have a good work-life balance, they don't really think about leaving. So the big issue is, what are some of the pros and cons of job hopping, and should you do it? Personally, if you're early in your career, I believe job hopping is perfect for you. You can jump job to job, get experience, and get a better education and know what you want to do for your whole career. Now, as I say that, let's go into the pros. Right? Before I go into the cons of having why job hopping is bad, let's go into the pros and why do employees job hop. So, why do employee job hop? Their current work situation is poor fit. That's one reason. Number two, they want more opportunity for advancement. And the third reason is they are able to get a higher salaries. And those are some of the common things I've seen why people job hop. So let's go into the pros of job hopping. So the pros of job hopping is, number one, you get more money. There's no other reason that people leave is, yes, you get more money if you job hop. You can get a 10-15% salary increase whenever you jump jobs. So, yes, if you're early in your career as an engineer, as a nurse, it is recommended, hey, you work, do your time for the first year or two and find another position, and you'll get a higher salary right off the bat because you're now not under the new grad pay. That's a great opportunity, great time to find a new position. So, yes, there is opportunity for growth, but just know that there is certain stipulations behind the money whenever you transfer, and we'll go that during the cons of this video. Number two, higher titles. Yes, so I'll give you an example. If you just graduated from college and you're a nurse, well, they're going to put you as a new grad nurse. So your title is going to be lower than a senior nurse or a nurse that's been around for a little longer. So your first 2 years you finish, you can get a higher title and means more money. So you get a higher title, looks better on your resume. So great, good time to leave. So that's a good pro to it. So job hopping is not all negative, but there is negatives, and we'll go into that. And number three is you have a new work environment. You get to see different things. Sometimes, the last position you're in, you don't just get along with your boss, you don't get along with your coworker, and that's fine. You need to find a company that aligns with you, and these are all perfectly fine to leave your company. Just understand these are the three pros of it. Now, let's go into the cons. There's a bunch of information that is not being passed to you. And what's that? Possibly a red flag for recruiters is the number one reason you don't want to job hop. Because if you don't understand what it takes to hire someone for a job position, you are going to be surprised. It costs money, time, and effort on the company, and that's just not on HR and management, that's on everyone in that department. So when they fill the position to match the correct productivity hour for everyone in that department. So when you leave, guess what? They will have to fill it so people don't have to overtime and overwork their other employees. Now, is that a good thing that for the employees that work there? No, because then it stressed out the current people who works at the job, and this is why recruiters, or 34% of recruiters, do not take any job hoppers, and they just overlook them. So that is a major con for it. So number two, and this is a very big con, and limited opportunity and professional growth. Job hopping has a major downside, not just for companies, but mainly for you as an employee. Job hoppers do not develop a relationship with the long term business. What do I mean by that? They do not have the responsibility, the effort that it takes to continue a business, and they just are seen to jumping job to job. There's a lot more to worry about than just going to 9 to 5. Whenever you work at a company, some of these companies make you really feel like family, others just see you as a number. But if you're at one of these really good companies and they treat you really well, guess what? They lose you, they lose a family member, and it just really hurts. So if you try to go into one of those companies at that same level again, they're gonna most likely hire within for someone who stays longer because they're more trustworthy. So if you're at that point where you need to go to a mid-level career, guess what? If you're seen as a job hopper, they might not take you, and you might max out on your current pay because every job position has a salary range that they put on it. Now, if you don't know this, then you're going to put yourself in a situation where you keep job hopping for 10 years and wonder why you are being overlooked for a management position or a team lead position. Well, it's because you're not being reliable. Let's go into the next part. Gen Zers and are not scared right now about leaving their job. But you also have to remember Gen Zers right now are new in the industry. If you think about it, they're the newest bunch really in the industry, so it's okay for them to leave a job because they're expected to job hop. When I talk to HR departments, I talk to other managers, they say, yeah, if they hire a Gen Z, they only expect them around for a year or two before they find another position because the first 10 years of any career is your biggest time for growth and your salary. After that 10 years, you kind of cap off. So that's whenever you have to take more leadership role. And if you don't have that time served, guess what? You're going to be stuck there and fall behind your peers that actually stayed at a company and just used the opportunity to grow within the company. And maybe they got lucky on finding a good company. Now, I'm going to go into my personal opinion about what I think about job hoppers and when I look at a resume. So if I'm looking at a resume and they're on their first few 4 or 5 jobs, and I see they only have 2 years, 2 years, 2 years, I start getting concerned. If it's only 2, 3 times, because you have to think about it, they are leaving jobs within 1 or 2 years. So that's 3 different jobs in 3 to 4 years. I, as a manager, would want to know why. Because I would expect you to leave my job within 1 year. So you might miss the opportunity just to work for a really good company. So be very careful whenever you start applying and to job. Make sure you pick a job that you're willing to stay at for a longer time. Now, I'm not going to say stay there for life, but eventually you're going to have to stay at a job for more than 1 or 2 years and do 5 years. Once you do that, you will be better off and be able to get into a more manager position. So just make sure, my personal opinion as a business owner, only job hop for a short amount of time and then try to stick to a job for longer than 3 years. Once you do that, then you be opened up for more manager or more leadership position. And when you do your interviews, like, I'm looking for a leadership role and I want to be able to take more responsibility, looks better than I am just leaving because I need more money. That's all I got for you and my opinion on job hopping. Like and subscribe.